Mike Fisher from 105.3 The Fan joins me now. Mike, all the news here at Valley Ranch involves Brandon Weeden, the backup quarterback. How do you feel like he's developing through the first couple days of practice?
Well, they've had to feed him a lot as he's bus driver number one, and then they've had to feed Matt Castle a lot in a very short time to see if he can't hurry up and be bus driver number two.
And Weeden has not won a game that he started since 2012. Is that a real concern, or is it something that he can forego given that this is his second year in this system?
The Cowboys think that that was just a Cleveland disease, that Brandon Weeden, who was a first-round pick in Cleveland, they had a second-round grade on him here back in the personnel department. So they believe that he's a real live NFL quarterback. There's not a problem with his football IQ. There's not a problem with his arm. The arm strength is really there. The biggest issue, I think, isn't does Brandon Weeden go dominate, because that would be asking too much. The bigger question is, can this offensive line be better than it's been, because it needs to be, and can this defense continue to be as almost league-leading in a bunch of categories, incredibly, as it's been?
We've heard ad nauseum that Brandon Weeden is the starting quarterback for Sunday. At the same time, how short is his leash given that Matt Castle is here now?
It'd be a huge mistake of Jason Garrett to suggest there's a short leash, and he hasn't. He called Brandon Weeden and said, "You're the guy." And when they talked to Matt Castle, they told him, Brandon Weeden's the guy. At the same time, you see the competitive setup out here, and you see it at every position. The other day, Jerry Jones comes on 105.3 The Fan and suggests that the rookie guard, Lyle Collins, deserves some snaps. Then we go talk to Ron Larry and he says, the rookie's not taking my snaps. So the idea of having competition is a good thing, but the idea of having Brandon Weeden always looking over his shoulder would be a stupid thing.
Obviously, the running game is absolutely critical for Sunday's game at noon on Fox against the Falcons. 2 games in, how do you diagnose it?
Well, it was never going to be about a running back. It was always going to be about running back by committee, and it hasn't needed yet to be about running the football. It's just about performance from the running backs. I think they got in the first game 211 total yards, that collection of 3 running backs. In the second game, a total of 170 yards in the game. Had DeMarco Murray gotten 211 total yards in game 1 and 170 yards in game 2, he would be the NFL Offensive Player of the Month. So running back production is fine, but the running game eventually is going to need to be better or else.
Defensively, Sean Lee has done just some remarkable things through first couple of games. At the same time, this defense also needs him to, because of the shortcomings and the injuries, suspensions, things like that. What are you expecting out of him Sunday? Well,
and they're doing it somewhat shorthanded with that Marinelli magic, because they keep talking about and thinking about, here comes Randy Gregory in a week or a couple of weeks. Here comes Rolando McClain whenever he is in the mood, and here comes Greg Hardy. So those things are going to be a big help as well, and they're doing it without their best defensive player from last year, Orlando Scandrick. They have a new best defensive player right now, and he's as good a defensive player as there is in football, and that's Sean Lee.